What's up guys, it's Chris with Irene Iron Fitness, and today I'm going to share my secret for the easiest at-home 4-step stir fry. Keep watching. Welcome back to another episode of Healthy RV Cooking, and today I'm going to share my secret tips on how I build the easiest stir fries at home. I literally do these stir fries every single day for Aaron's meals. They're fresh, they're so easy, and there's so many different ways you can do them. You can add variety and change up your spices and flavors at every single meal. Step number 1 is having prepped protein around. I'm a huge advocate for having prepped food around. I do all of my prep in bulk. So what does that mean? It means when I'm cooking chicken or beef or something, I don't just cook 1 pound, I'll cook 5 pounds, whatever it is. I usually cook up some chicken tenders, some chicken thighs, some flank steak, or something to have in the fridge. That way when it's time to cook, it's ready to cook. In this case, we're gonna use chicken breasts. I have them in little cubes, and you wanna have pre-cooked meat that's already cooked through. That way, step 1, you put it in the pan with a little bit of oil, you bring it back to life, you get it nice and crispy. Step number 2 is having fresh veggies. This can be anything that you can imagine. Broccoli, pea pods, bell peppers, onions, carrots, anything that you can get in little bite-sized pieces. Have it prepped to throw in the pan. You can even use frozen vegetables. You can use canned vegetables. It doesn't have to be fresh vegetables. Fresh is just the best because they're going to be crispy and they're going to feel more fresh for you. But use whatever you have for this step. Now we're at step number 3. This is where it starts to get fun. You get to choose your carb source. Aaron and I always have rice and quinoa in the fridge, one or the other. We usually like to alternate what we cook so that we don't get stagnant on it. But we do the bulk prep, whatever it is you want to do. So I have rice here. You could do quinoa, you could do some noodles, you can do some buckwheat noodles, you can do all the different varieties of rice. You could use legumes as your carb source. You could even use like corn tortillas as your carb source, and instead of having your stir fry in a bowl, you put your stir fry in a taco. I don't know, like this is just the building of the 4 steps. So step 3 is your carb source. Get it ready because they take a long time to cook on their own. Like brown rice takes 45 minutes. So don't wait around for that when you don't feel like doing it. You gotta prep your food when you're in the mood, and that way it's ready to whip up a quick meal and use it in step 3. Finally, we're at step number 4. Step number 4, what else is left? This is where the magic happens. So all of that stuff that I listed off, it's super boring. Chicken, vegetables, rice, gross. Who wants to eat that? What, right? No, wrong. So what I call that's the canvas. It's a blank canvas. You need to flavor that. You gotta put some color on it, and you gotta use spices. When people think about healthy food, they think it's gross, and it's probably because they don't know how to season it properly. You really need to play around with spices, and you gotta be a little heavy on the spices. Don't just put a little sprinkle. You gotta dump it in. You gotta really make it flavorful. And there are so many different ways that you can put unique combos together. And this is what I love about my easy 4-step stir fry, is that the possibilities are truly endless. I'm going to go through just some really quick examples I pulled out of my cabinet to show you some that I throw together quite often. Number 1, my favorite all-time go-to is smoked paprika and cumin powder, and also coriander. I love to put the 3 of those together. Paprika, cumin, coriander. Now, salt and pepper always go with everything. So when I don't say salt and pepper, just assume salt and pepper on everything. Also, throw in some garlic. If you want spice, add in some cayenne or some red pepper flakes. The cayenne and the red pepper flakes goes with any of these combos that I'm about to show you too. If you like things spicy, always include it. If you don't want it spicy, don't include it. Next, rosemary and thyme. Rosemary and thyme are a classic dried herb combo. Give them a try. Another really good dried herb combo is oregano and basil. I love oregano. It's my favorite dried herb. The simplest example, I have just garlic salt and pepper, garlic powder. There's nothing more just like simple and satisfying than salt, pepper, and garlic. If you really want to be luxurious and make something special for like a date night dinner type of stir fry, add in a touch of cream or coconut milk, and it will just really take your stir fry to the next level. Now we're going to get into some pre-mixed, store mixed spice combos. So we have gram masala. This is a very popular curry combo, and this is really good if you throw this in your stir fry with a little bit of the coconut milk and a little bit of the tomato sauce. It's really good. Now, when I start talking about adding in some things like tomato sauce and coconut milk, don't let that scare you off. That's more like extra credit in the 4 steps. You don't need it. So start easy without those other add-ins, and you'll get the hang of it, and then eventually you start to throw in more and more stuff. But there are a lot of other really good combos out there, like Cajun mix or Italian blends or like Greek blends. If you're really not comfortable mixing your own spices together, invest in some of those pre-mixed jars and take some stress off of your decisions. And finally, my absolute number 1 favorite stir fry is the Asian themed, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. For that mix, I use ground ginger, ground garlic, crushed red pepper flakes. Sometimes I throw in turmeric, sometimes not, depends on the mood. I'm not going to tonight. And then I use my little buddies here, liquid aminos and rice vinegar. So let's practice what we just learned here. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to whip up a delicious stir fry at home with my 4 simple steps. Step number 1, get your pan over medium-high heat. Get some oil in there. Once it's nice and piping, get your protein in. You should hear that sizzle. Just stir it around and then let it sear. I'm doing a portion for 1 person today. I'm doing this just for Erin. Step 2, add in your veg. Once your chicken is at your desired likeness of crispiness, so far we are only 2.5 minutes in and we're halfway done. You can see the pea pods are starting to blister because our pan is nice and hot. So that brings us to step 3. We're going to throw in our rice. At this point, we're also going to go straight into step 4, which is your seasoning. So I normally don't measure, so I just put in whatever I want. Some ginger, pepper flakes, coriander, garlic, salt, pepper, and we're going to do a little vinegar and aminos. And then you mix it together. Step 4 is done. It's all mixed together. The clumps of rice are gone and the seasoning is all distributed. Everything's piping hot and cooked. That took under 5 minutes in real time. That's why food prep is important. Food prep, when you feel like it, put together easy stir fries in 4 easy steps. So if you like this tip and the step-by-step approach, let me know. Drop a comment below of what your favorite stir fry is. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.